What's up, my beautiful serpents? Snaking in here, and today I thought I would talk about possibly one of the most promising games ever produced. Hytale. It's Hytale. The game was developed by the Hypixel Studios, a team who established the multiplayer server Hypixel in Minecraft. Anyone who plays Minecraft knows that this server is the most popular and well organized of all. Hytale was first announced in December 2018 by releasing the trailer, which excited a lot of Minecraft fans. Since then, the game has known tons of interesting updates, and soon we will be able to try out the beta version. It is planned to be released for Microsoft and macOS in 2021. In this video, I will do a recap for all the updates the developers have announced and the progress they have made until now. A bit of a description first for those of you who are unfamiliar with Hytale. Imagine that you're playing Minecraft. And now stop, because it's not even close. Some people call it Minecraft 2.0, I call it Minecraft Grim Reaper, the Minecraft devs called it... Hytale is a sandbox role-playing video game featuring a procedurally generated fantasy world called the Orbis Planet, composed of blocks of numerous shapes and arranged in a three-dimensional grid. It has different randomly generated biomes, creatures, and dungeons. And of course, being the bright people who own a Minecraft server, the Hypixel Studios offer players the opportunity to participate in mini-games similar to those found in Hypixel. Mods and custom content will also be available, and by using a set of browser-based and in-game tools, players will be able to build and share these features themselves. The game includes several areas of the world known as zones, made up of many biomes, blocks, and mobs. This mode will feature RPG-styled combat for single-player and multiplayer and include dynamic boss encounters and dungeon exploration. Hypixel Studios has posted multiple blog posts on their Hytale website, link in the description, and I will go through all, pointing out the more important aspects of each one. Holy crap, there's so many. The first post is a sneak peek at Hytale's user interface. We received a few screenshots and concepts which reflect an in-development version of the game, meaning that things will likely change in the future. We have the first glimpse at the main menu and character creator, as well as a map of a temple in Hytale's adventure mode. We are shown the working stations, new crafting mechanics being implemented directly into the inventory screen. This crafting system allows you to combine and experiment to discover new recipes while also showing all of the recipes that you already know. The team is experimenting with some tooltip concepts in order to make it as easy as possible for players to assess the strengths and weaknesses of their gear on the fly. Moving on to the NPCs. Do you know who those friendly Minecraft villagers are? You know, the ones that look the same and have stupid reactions every time they see a zombie? Well, great!
Drown them, suffocate and burn them with fire because you don't need such useless things in your life. Ha 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 ha!
NPC factions in Hytale form societies with their own culture, habits, block set, and role to play in the story. These extremely cute creatures are called Quebecs and will become some of your earliest allies in the game. They are found in Zone 1 and own several traits, including a life cycle, from sprouting seedlings to autumnal elders. When a Quebec dies, it becomes a tree, releasing its seeds on the ground and leaving the responsibility of raising the seedlings to adult elders. As lovely as the Quebec's creatures are, there are also multiple enemies which players need to be aware of. In Zone 3, you can unwillingly stumble into the Outlanders, a hostile faction whose camps can be found throughout these lands. Their villages are built strategically with high walls, watchtowers, and buildings made of stone, probably to keep yetis away. Some Outlanders have managed to explore darker forms of magic, and their campfires burn green during the night as they perform mysterious rituals. Ooh! Trolls are another type of NPC found in Zone 1 that forms groups and has different classes, each type having its own different pattern of behavior, which is reflected in the way they look and act in-game. Similar to how trolls bond, there are also skeletons which players can find in any zone, just with different appearances. Ouch! What would be a combat game without bosses? Hytale implements a set of hand-designed boss encounters and combat challenges that will work slightly different to the creatures you'll encounter elsewhere. Each boss is designed for a specific environment and takes planning to defeat, players needing to learn how these monsters operate before battles in order to win. Some examples of monsters will be giant spiders, yetis, goblins... No! Goblins! Fenstalkers, crawlers, void eyes, and void spawns. Whether wild or domestic, animals in Hytale are programmed to behave intuitively. That is, they will not only interact with the player, but with each other as well. The carnivores will hunt in packs and prowl through the underground, baby animals will follow their mothers, and domesticated animals will be more familiar with you and let you gather eggs, milk, wool, etc. Some distinctive animals for each zone are the following. Zone 1, grizzly bears, frogs, ducks, chickens, sparrows, deers, rats, bats, and pigeons. Zone 2, saber-toothed tigers, gazelles, and horses. Zone 3, woodpeckers, wolves, polar bears, and rams, which you can ride by the way. And Zone 4, macaques, Romanians, don't laugh, and prehistoric chickens. If you want me to do a video on all the creatures that have been announced, let me know in the comments and I will gladly do it. Oh, and there are dinosaurs in the game now.
You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
Here I have some creature sounds for the swamp-dwelling fenstalker, a chicken, a giant spider, and a crawler. However, let's not forget about the beautiful ambient sounds that bring this game to life. Wherever you are in the world, these sounds will follow you relentlessly, outside, in the water, or in caves. Farming is a very important part of Hytale universe. It features tilling the earth, planting seeds, and harvesting crops that grow in real time over the course of several in-game days. The Hytale team is planning to implement in the future a happiness system for domesticated animals which will react to a variety of factors such as feed, the availability of good bedding, or the company of similar creatures. You smell something? Oh, of course, it's the smell of shit. The content! Ah, got him. Wait, that's me. In another post, they answered some of the most frequently asked questions regarding platforms, languages, usernames, age rating, etc. Some of these questions are left unanswered, for this article was written about a year ago, but if you have any uncertainties, you can go to the website or ask me in the comment section down below. I will happily read them. The reason why I won't cover this post is because 1. It will take too much time and the video will end up too long, and 2. I want to focus more on the features this game provides rather than some technical questions. I mean, do you want to see this or this? I thought so. The first look at Hytale's word generation system we are provided with is mind-blowing, and we finally get to see the way zones are structured. Each zone is unique, having its own set of biomes and rules. This means unique sets of blocks and distinct content, including furniture sets, NPC races, creatures and critters, plant life, weather, and geology. Of course, all zones will eventually have normal names, however, until then they are referred to by numbers. Zone 1 has this grassy and green aspect, covering biomes such as forests, autumn forests, lakes, hills, and ravines. Zone 2 resembles a desert with oasis biomes from place to place. Zone 3 is a wintry region, and Zone 4 is full of volcanoes and lava. Even the deep ocean can be called the zone itself. If you're brave enough to venture into its depth, you will be rewarded with deadly battles and fine treasures. And if you don't know how to swim, you'll drown. Stupid. However, the story doesn't end here because beyond the oceans lie the infinite lands, the unknown edges of the world. Speaking of unknown, do you know what is the fundamental part of any block game? What the fuck? No, not blocks. Caves. Caves are entirely procedurally generated based on rules that differ from zone to zone. When it comes to dungeons, however, things tend to get a little complicated. They comprise multiple chambers and encounters joined by connecting passageways, often culminating in a final room, which provides challenges and special rewards. But the best type of dungeons are actually the portal dungeons. Depending on where you find them, portal entrances can take several different forms and will lead you to new places to discover. For example, the Temple of Gaia, along with one of its component parts, the Garden of Elements. And of course, what would we do without our happy little accidents? In a self-generating world, it is impossible not to find funny glitches where two or more structures collide and form a happy little accident, as the Hytale team likes to call them. Now let's take a small break and listen to some music. On the 14th of January 2019, the Hypixel Studios has published two soundtracks for the game, Traveling Band and Night on the Dunes. Then, on the 1st of February, they posted 3 more pieces alongside with some key art. After that, we received another 3 songs on March 22nd called A New Adventure, Quebec Village and Gaia's Lament. And only 3 months ago, 4 new songs have been posted on the Hytale website: Herbalist Refuge, Canyon of the Many Suns, Ancient Toms, and Snowfall. Did you like any of them in particular? Comment which one was your favorite in the comment section after you hit that subscribe button and like the video. I need to point out that every soundtrack will play automatically when entering a specific zone, combat place, dungeon, or underground level. When it comes to designing and animating characters, we are provided with a game editor that will improve the game experience drastically. Hytale Model Maker, or gives the player the power to create new game assets without having to go and learn high-end 3D software. From model creation to texturing and animation, all presented on one screen, the editing possibilities are left to the player's imagination. The modeling system uses cuboids and flat planes, allowing for more sophisticated designs than are possible with blocks, while ensuring that model making remains accessible and maintains a consistent visual style. Static objects like blocks or tools are ready to be exported after texturing, but creatures need some additional animations if you don't want to see this first thing in the morning. And guess what? 2 people can work at a project simultaneously. One is texturing and the other one is animating. This feature is going to be really helpful for modders and it will save a lot of precious time. Hytale Model Maker will launch alongside Hytale and be available as both a downloadable app and through your web browser. And the best part? It will be completely free. And that's a great price!
What?
Now, you're probably thinking, changing in-game mechanics would not be compatible with the multiplayer mode since not all the players who log into a server have the same textures or animations. Well, joke's on you, cause you're wrong! When connecting to a server, all of the content needed in order to play, such as models, animations, and sounds, will automatically be downloaded to your game. This way, players will be able to experience others' worlds undisturbed. Through the friends list, players playing with friends on the same server as them won't be an issue, and if something goes wrong, Hytale Teams has our backs. They provide 2 ways of connecting players with universal plug-and-play protocols, and if not available, with NAT punch-through. This means that as long as both players are connected to the internet and find each other in the friends list, they will be able to play together. For the exact definition of these 2 terms, go check them yourselves, I'm too lazy to do it. To customize your character is really easy and fun. In the avatar menu, the player can choose to set the avatar's skin tone, eye color, hairstyle, and facial hair, along with multiple layers clothing options. Mixing and matching customization options are encouraged by the developers and are a great way to single out your avatar. When you equip new pieces of armor or equipment, these are often layered on top of the look that you've defined for your character. There are a variety of customization themes, from fantasy and stylish modern clothes to themed costumes. I think one of the best parts in this customization aspect are the facial expressions and emotes. Some of these occur in the course of normal play, for example gritting your teeth while swinging a sword, but others are triggered manually. Oh, and let's not forget about the multiple races from which you can choose to play with. Some details about it are to come, unfortunately. If not, I would have extended this video length with at least 10 minutes. I want to be a werewolf. By playing with the RGB tint of any block, you can dynamically change its color, creating interesting effects on the landscape and other objects. This way, the game receives some sort of realistic aspect which makes it look pleasant to the eye. Transitions between blocks of different textures are doing the exact same thing, remodeling the world into a much fancier one. Features such as submersible blocks, varied foliage, ambient animations, particle effects, interactions, and animation states all have the purpose of helping the environments to feel more dynamic. The animations are very clear and smooth, something I've rarely seen in a block game. Rarely. Minecraft. In order to create diversity, the Hypixel Studios has developed thousands of prefabs and concepts for multiple game elements. Prefabs are blueprints for new environmental features, which means anything from rocks and trees to entire structures and special encounters. One important prefab would be the elemental stone circle point of interest. This structure is usually going to spawn on flat ground, but there is a slight chance it will spawn on a hill or cliff edge. In this situation, the prefab spawning system will adapt the shape to suit that specific environment. The stone circles will serve as arenas for combat encounters if interacting with the areas in a particular way. When entering a point of interest like Torque camps or dungeons, players will notice on the top right corner a kill count box which appears after beginning the combat encounter. This is the objective system, and it plays an important role in your journey through adventure mode. Objectives are usually tied to an item and can be one-off missions, or they can form chains. This basically means that they require you to succeed at multiple stages of a challenge before receiving your reward. When talking about blocks, our imagination can run as freely as a bird or fly, creating many different building materials as well as carving varied visual designs from the same basic block type are possible using Hytale's complex crafting system. The many different building blocks you can create are slabs, stairs, beams, fences, pillars, and roofs. Decorative elements like ivy— No! I said get the fuck out! No one wants you here! Fuck off! Go! Jesus. So ivy can be attached to any surface to add detail and to help tie your build into its environment. Don't know what happened here. Hytale's weather system can make a huge difference to how an area feels. The day-night cycle projects different shades of colors and textures on the sky depending on the weather conditions and the time of the day. Players can easily customize these colors and textures using an in-game asset customization menu without actually quitting the game. So if you fancy the color pink, you can make the whole sky pink. Although that would look sickening. Blech. Not only the sky or moon textures can be changed, but also blocks as well. Again, everything will be done live and there is no need for you to quit the game. We are offered advanced building tools to construct sophisticated creations which include copy-paste functions. Nevertheless, items, weapons, particle effects, and gameplay can also be customizable through the same tools. Take for example this laser rifle here. Seems pretty effective. But have you ever wanted to become a cat? Or a pigeon? Or even better, a dragon? Well, by customizing your character, you can become any creature in the game you want, while continuing to be able to handle tools and weapons. Everything that I talked about will work in multiplayer servers and won't require any extra fuss. The reason we are also excited for this game is because of its realistic features and amazing visual experiences, such as fog, shadows, ice and water effects, bloom and sun shaft, particle effects, etc. Entity shadows reflect the exact shape of the creature or character in question, including any equipped weapons or gear and the animation being performed. The position of the sun and moon, the time of day, and the weather changes can help produce some really beautiful atmospheric environments. The bloom and sun shaft effects help create a dramatic effect for either parts of creatures or underground environments. The addition of reflections, refraction, waves, and edge whitening to the water is a very nice touch for the game's realism. It's like I'm being there. Anyways, these are all the Hytale features that have been announced till now. Again, if you have any questions or want to see other types of Hytale videos, feel free to let me know down in the comment section. I'll probably cover the NPCs and zone more widely in a different video since these are some vast topics and require a more detailed overview. The link for the website will be in the description, so go check it out and maybe even sign up for the beta version of the game. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when I post new content. You can also follow me on social media, links in the description. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!